Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode in my Football Manager series. This is episode number 58, and today we are returning with a brand new season of the Football Manager series as Season 8 gets underway at the KCOM Stadium with a game against Chelsea in our first game in the Premier League. Before we play a game, though, we can show you how we're getting on in the pre-season fixtures, and also, of course, we do have the big transfer special, and this is the biggest transfer special I've ever done, so look forward to it. It's absolutely insane. And so as we do start off with the transfer special, of course, as we always do, I just want to reiterate, this is the biggest transfer special yet, and you guys are set for, let's just say 15 minutes of mindless chat, as always. But this time, at least you get to see some big names coming in, and it is the biggest transfer special ever. Like, I'm getting excited just thinking about talking about the transfers, because it's the biggest transfer special I've ever done on YouTube, with my Everton save, Southampton save, Swansea save, and this whole save as well. I've never spent more money before in one summer transfer window, and there's still 2 weeks to go in the window, so we can still bring more players in. It's absurd. Like, every single signing is mental. It's going to be great. I can't wait to show you the signings, because I don't know why I get so excited about this. I'm 24 years old. I'm 25 in a few months. What am I doing with my life? Right, so let's start off with the departures then, as we always do with our transfer special at the new season. Of course, you guys knew a few players were leaving. Alfred and Dykors, my first major signing, if you will, has gone to Middlesbrough, as you guys knew was leaving the club anyway on a free transfer, so we let him go to the Riverside for a little bit of scratch. Ousmane has left as well, went to Leicester for £5.75 million. A little bit more sad over this deal. I would have rather kept him here, but he wouldn't sign a new contract, so had to get some money whilst we still could. And also Jordi Alba did indeed leave as well. For you guys wondering whether Alba would go or not, he's gone back to his native Spain to join Sevilla on a free transfer. Just totally ignored that clause in the contract. I put in that extension of 5 league games. He hit 5 league games, but he just said, sod this, I'm going home anyway, so I couldn't do anything about it. So Alba's gone, and fair enough. I swear he'd played the 5 league games before he agreed terms with Sevilla. I'm sure he did. But it doesn't matter now. It's happened. It's over. Deal with it. It's gone. And there you go. But also a few players have been loaned out as well to feeder clubs. Some of the youth players who aren't very good because they came through the academy, and all the players who come through the academy at Hull here are absolutely rubbish. That's fair enough. And some more loans as well. Park Young-gyu has gone out on loan once again for, I think, the 5th straight season. He spent 2 years at Wickham, 1 year at Frankfurt, 1 year at Espanyol last year, and now going to Reading and Medeski Stadium for a year as well. And this guy is still pretty decent. He's not getting our team yet, but still is pretty decent. And I'm sure at some point will be a decent 4th/5th choice centre-back for us as the years go by. But as for sales, a couple of big sales to report. And we haven't done really big sales in quite a while. But Gerard Deulofeu, who's left the club, he was probably my first big signing if you don't count and die. He's gone to Reading to join Park Young-gyu. And he left for, I think it was £10 million, the flat fee. And then, with clauses could rise to £13.75 million. And I like Deulofeu, but he's turning 30 during the year. And I just felt, we could probably do a little bit better than Deulofeu, really. And our staff don't seem to rate him here either, even though he does put in pretty decent shifts. But we thank him for his service. Obviously, came into season 2, been a pretty decent right winger for us, but now of course not in the first team. And also an interesting sale, Rusmir Smajic went to Bayern Munich for £15 million, and also in this deal as well, there's a percentage of next sale clause of 50%, which means that if Bayern sell him for, let's say, £10 million, we'll get £5 million. So I love doing that clause, because the clubs never seem to want to take it out. Like, you put it in, you lock it, they never seem to pull out negotiations, they don't seem to care. So, Smajic goes to Bayern, to the Allianz Arena, and to be honest, we signed him for a free many years ago, sent him out on loan quite a bit, and to get £15 million for the guy, I've got to say I'm pretty pleased with that, and it's an interesting deal too, because of one of the signings I made as well. But anyway, Smajic goes, and there you go. So a few sales that are noteworthy, a few loans as well, and those are the departures for Hull heading into Season 8, and now let's look at the signings, where of course we had our biggest transfer budget of the series so far, and I've spent way over that, close to double that, on, well, I won't tell you how many signings I've made, you'll see, but let's just get to it. It's unbelievable. What a window for Hull City. And when you're starting off with one of the biggest names in European football to begin with, you know you're set for an exciting window. Yes, first signing for the club, Gareth Bale, and whilst he may not be quite as good in the game as he is in real life, now of course being 34 years old, it's still a big, pretty sort of marquee signing for the club, to attract someone of Gareth Bale's stature. 34 years old, the Welsh winger signed for the club on a free transfer after his deal expired at Real Madrid. We're paying him 53 grand a week. It's a 1-year deal, and like Jordi Alba, he has an extension of league games, which is 10, and a minimum fee release clause, which the agent wouldn't get rid of, which is £4.5 million. But of course, he's coming towards the latter stage of his career. No club will probably meet that. So Bale comes in, pretty expensive contract for a player that is, again, 34 years old and won't be first choice. But look at these technicals. This guy has still got it, man. Seriously, he's always had a wonderful left foot at Southampton, Spurs, and of course Real Madrid as well. But look at these technicals. He's not shown any signs of decline whatsoever. He's still got some fantastic technical stats there, and mentally still pretty decent as well. Physicals, not great, obviously, but, technically still very good, and mentally not bad either, and can do some tutoring whilst he's here for the year as well. So Bale comes in, he won't be first choice, and also, I'm going to play Bale through the middle here at Hull as well, and not out wide. Now, I think it was AVB at Spurs that first started playing him through the middle. I think it was AVB. I don't think it was Poch. I think it was AVB that started playing him through the middle in quite a few games to make him more of a direct threat many, many years ago for Spurs now. And I actually thought he was really, really good there when he played there. Of course, his best position is out on the flanks, of course, to utilise his pace. But of course, he hasn't got it anymore. So I think because of that, I'm going to play him through the middle like AVB did and see what he can do with those fantastic technical stats. So yeah, Bale comes in. And when we're starting off with Gareth Bale, it's just getting better from here. And let's just go straight to the second one. This is such a crazy window. So you're seeing Gareth Bale, now we're heading into our second signing, and when we're now moving on from the big Welsh star to the best player in the Premier League right now, then you guys know you're set for an amazing transfer special already. N'Golo Kanté has signed for the club, and I know some of you guys think I'm not being serious, but no, I truly do believe this. I really genuinely do believe N'Golo Kanté is the best player in the Premier League, in my opinion. I just think he's such a unique player more than anything, and you guys know me, I love my hustle players, and N'Golo Kanté just epitomises the workhorse in the team. Kanté signs. Now, I'll be honest here, he's 32 years old, turns 33 during the year. He's someone that, the reason I signed him is because Ndiaye has left the club, and I always like to have at least one player in my team that is experienced, but also has really key stats in the mental areas, particularly in work rate and determination. So now that Ndiaye's gone, we needed someone to fill that criteria, someone who gives 110% all the time, even if he's not always in the first team. And to be fair, with these red arrows, right now he's giving about 4%, but either way, Kanté's in, and I love Kanté so much in real life, I really do, such a massive fan of the guy. Love these stats, man. I mean, absolutely love them, seriously. 19 for natural fitness, 15 for stamina still, mentally again, as I said there, 15 determination, 18 for work rate, 16 for teamwork. Absolutely love this guy, I really do. He's not actually that great right now in the game, in fact, he's actually quite poor, but his contract ran out at Chelsea, and I thought, we'll snap him up, we'll definitely take him, and like Gareth Bale, it's 55 grand a week, so very similar to Bale's contract, with a one-year extension after 10 league games. And another fact as well, I put in a seasonal landmark goal bonus of 30 for 500 grand. So I can imagine if like Kanté and his agent were in the room with me signing the contract, and N'Golo Kanté was like, oh, if I score 30 league goals, I get $500,000. I was like, yeah, you'd be lucky to score one goal, mate, calm down. But Kanté comes in, and again, I'm such a huge fan of the guy in real life. He's not that great in the game at this point right now, obviously being 32 years old, but I salivate every time I watch N'Golo Kanté, because I love the guy so much, and I'm glad to have him at Hull as well. So Kanté comes in, and when you're starting off with Gareth Bale and N'Golo Kanté, and we're just getting better from this point onwards, I mean, this transfer special is absurd. Let's move on to player 3. Now, I know you're sitting there thinking, yeah, but come on, JC, seriously, they're two decent players, don't get me wrong, but they're veterans, they're freebies. You're such a cheapskate, you never spend any money, be it real life or virtual currency. Well, with this transfer window, you're wrong. The next 3 signings are very expensive and crazy deals, and we'll start off with what would have been a club record signing. It's a new left back for the club, and his name is Huck, or is it Huck? I'm not too sure. You guys have to let me know in the comment section down below. But this is a Dutch left back who is 22 years old. He'll turn 23 during the season, and he signed from Bayern Munich for £28 million. Now, this is a really interesting deal, and this is why the Smajic deal is quite interesting, because Huck was transfer listed at Bayern Munich, but he's got some amazing stats. Physically, this guy's an absolute monster. 16 acceleration, 16 agility, 15 balance, 18 for natural fitness, 16 pace, 14 stamina, and 15 strength as well. Fantastic physical player. Really, really great. Mentally, very, very good as well. Only 22 years old, but some really, really great stats here. You see 17 for bravery, very important in defenders in this year's FM I found. 15 concentration, 18 decision, 16 determination already, 17 teamwork, 15 positioning. Very, very nice mental stats. technically not bad either. I'll be honest here, I'm a little bit disappointed. I say a little bit disappointed. I'm very disappointed with the low crossing stat. It's only 10.4, which is laughable, really. You know, for a apparent world-class left-back. We all know now that the modern-day fullback has to be good in terms of crossing and a good end product as well when getting up the flanks. 10? Really, Willie? That's absolutely awful, mate. You've got to work on that. So, pretty disappointed with that. But otherwise, the guy's fantastic. You know, the scouts seem to love him. My staff seem to love him. And for £28 million as well, it's a lot of money, but I think it'll be worth it. It's a 5-year deal, 60 grand a week. And again, I think it's an absolute bargain. You know, £28 million, yeah, I think it's a bargain. He's got some absolutely brilliant stats. I'm so surprised that Bayern let the guy leave for just £28 million. I thought they'd command 50 million plus for the guy. And I'm surprised no clubs are interested. Maybe they know something that I don't, but I think he looks great, other than the low crossing, which needs to be worked on and is getting individual training for right now. But he looks really great, and with a good weak foot rating as well, going to train him to play right back too, so he can be like Kyle Walker-Peters and be effective on both sides of the pitch as well. So Huck comes in, or Huck, I don't know how you say it, but Willie Huck comes in, and I'm liking the look of him. I really am. What a great signing. And there's 2 more signings to go. And if you weren't impressed by those 3 signings, my goodness, you are about to see 2 major deals which are just unbelievable. And we'll start off with, I mean, one of the biggest names in European football right now, regarded as one of the hottest prospects in European football right now, and touted as the potential replacement for Neymar at Barcelona. It's Ousmane Dembélé who has signed for the club. Yes, the French winger has also come in from Bayern Munich, interestingly enough, played for Bayern Munich for a couple of years, the Allianz Arena, and I've got to say as well, what a steal, just like Willie Huck, what a steal. Bayern having a clear out, and I don't know why. We signed him for £17 million. Now with clauses, it could reach £32 million, but those clauses are play 50 league games and score 50 league goals. Now he might potentially do the former, but he's definitely not going to do the latter. So it's more than likely going to be just £17 million, but it could be £25 million. But anyway, Dembélé is in, and I mean this guy seems to have just like so much potential in real life, and he's not actually developed that amazing in the game. He's 26 years old, and whilst he does have some really good stats, I was a little bit surprised he wasn't quite as good as I was hoping, but regardless, he's still got some really good attributes. You know, physically, he's very quick, which is really important in a modern day winger. 16 acceleration and 17 pace as well. Mentally, I got to say, quite poor, but he's got a high flair rating of 17, which is good, but technically is where he's at. 15 corners, 14 finishing, 15 first touch, 14 free kicks, 14 long shots. Very good indeed. 13 passing, and technique 16 as well. And of course, 16 and 17 for the main 2 stats in my wingers, which are crossing and dribbling as well. He's on 100 grand a week. Bayern have kindly agreed to pay 65 grand a week as what was his current contract, which is 165 grand a week. So cheers Bayern for that. And he looks really good. Minimum fee release clause, £45 million, may end up getting met at some point during the future, but unfortunately I couldn't get rid of that. The agent was just pretty pushy. He's like, I don't want to spend too much time at Hull. Seriously, he's a big name in European football. But Dembélé comes in, and I've got to say, it's a big marquee signing, and I think he's going to be worth the money. I really do. Again, just like the Huck deal, I think this guy's a steal. I mean, seriously, it's £17 million initially for Dembélé. That's absurd when you think about what he's worth in real life, man. Seriously, it's unbelievable. So, yeah, Dembélé comes in, and again, despite some pretty poor mental stats, I think he's got some really good attributes, and I'm very excited. I really am. We need to start splashing the cash now and signing these big European names if we are to compete with United. So Dembélé, big name, big signing, comes in, and I'm excited. And now let's move on to the biggest signing of the window. This is crazy. And when you guys have been treated to Kanté, Bale, that amazing left back, and also Dembélé as well, and yet that's not the biggest signing of the window. I mean, I'm spoiling you today. I'm absolutely spoiling you. So let's move on to our 5th and final signing of the window. It's a new club record, and it smashes the club record transfer fee. And let's just get to it. Welcome to the club record signing on 200 grand a week, Wissem Dembélé. Now, we've signed Dembélé, we've signed Gareth Bale, but that wasn't good enough for me. I wanted another winger as well, but this is actually the first signing I made of the window. And I said at the back end of the last episode, moving into Season 8, we needed to make a big money signing. It's all well and good bleeding through the kids and trusting the young players, but we needed to sign a big player in the world right right now in FM, and this guy's only 22 years old. He's been playing his football at Lyon, but my goodness, this guy has been tearing up Ligue 1. I mean, look at these stats on a guy that is just 22 years old. Look at the average rating: 7.54, 7.76, 7.73, 7.58, 7.90. That's mental, absolutely mental. He's been doing so well in Ligue 1. And I think, this guy clearly is an amazing player. And we signed him for £67 million, which is mental, absolutely absurd. 67 million, but I just briefly touched on it there. We've got to start doing this now. We've got to start splashing the cash. We've got to start spending the money. I've given him the number 7. I took it away from Delafeu, so that really annoyed him. So there's no wonder he went to the Medeski Stadium. And again, he looks amazing, man. He really does. Only 22 years old. His market valuation's dropped down. That was a bit of a northern way of saying market. He's dropped down to £47 million in his estimate valuation, but still looks really good. 200 grand a week now. Now, if you follow me on Twitter at DocLanders, I'll leave a link to the Twitter in the description as always. If you follow me on Twitter, I showed you the contract yesterday. 200 grand a week. It's an absurd amount of money to pay the guy, seriously, on a 5-year deal, but I just hope he'll be worth it. I really, really do. He's got a match highest earner clause, which I never like to put on a player, but I think he deserves it. I love the fact his individual contract is taking up 10% of our current wage bill. That just shows you how great I've had, like how tight I've had a grip on our finances here at Hull. And then heading into season 8, I've just totally abandoned the club philosophy and just put as much money into these two players, Dembélé and Dembélé, as I can. So yeah, 200 grand a week. But look at these stats, man. Seriously. I mean, you thought Dembélé's stats were good. Look at this guy. Seriously, physically, 17 acceleration, 15 agility, 15 balance, 16 pace, 17 stamina. Mentally, unbelievable. Seriously, these are some incredible mental stats on the guy. 16 flair as well, 18 teamwork. I should really have it on the profile so you can see the highlighted important stats here as well. But he's got some amazing mental stats, unbelievable mental stats, and technically as well, 15 crossing, 17 dribbling, 15 first touch, 14 long shots, 14 passing, and 17 technique as well. I mean, it's so much money, £67 million to spend on one player, but we need to do it now. And look at his eyes, man. He's so determined. He's got 18 for aggression. We need some bad boys at this club. We need some real aggressive players. We got Mamadou Bad Boy Sanogo. We need another one. Dembele's come in, and this year we need to be villains. This year we need to be like really aggressive, a really aggressive team, because we're so bloodthirsty and so trophy thirsty. We need some silverware, and Dembele's come in, and I'm confident that this year, in a season which is going to be, in my opinion, silverware or bust, Dembele is going to lead us to our first trophies in the cabinet at just 22 years old and be the star of Hull City for many years to come. So Dembele comes in. I'm excited, man. I'm really, really excited. And I think this guy is going to set the Premier League alight like he set the French Football Federation alight. Does that make sense? Sort of. So yeah, Dembele comes in. He's got some amazing stats. And again, this is what really drew me to him. His stats are amazing on their own, but this is what drew me to him. The way he's been playing in France at such a young age, that's fantastic. So yeah, Dembele comes in, and what an unbelievable history. What an unbelievable window. £112 million on 5 new players. I'm normally a cheapskate, both in real life and in the virtual world of FIFA and FM as well, but not this season. We got to start spending money. If we want to compete with Manchester United winning quadruples every single season, we got to start splashing the cash. We've done that, and now let's watch us start picking up silverware, he says, desperately hoping that will actually happen, but of course there's no guarantee. But you know what, we've got to do it. I mean, we've got to do it now. I don't like to do it. It doesn't matter if it's a personal save or a save for YouTube. I don't like to spend money, okay? I really am tight. I really am cheap. I know it's virtual currency, but I still don't like to do it. But we've got to do it now. We've got to do it now. United are just too dominant. We've got to start splashing the cash and bringing in a ridiculous amount of players on ridiculous salaries. So yeah, the squad has definitely improved in my opinion, no doubt about it. We sold some, key players, I suppose, in some regard, Delafeu, Ousmane, and Dye as well, but we've replaced them with some really, really big names, and I really do believe our squad has got better compared to last year, and I'm excited. I'm really, really excited. I think our squad is much better this year, and because of that, I briefly touched on it there, it's silverware or bust. In my opinion, it's silverware or bust this season, so we may as well go all out to start splashing the cash. Now, pre-season, as you can see, has been really, really good. We've played several games. We won them all apart from 2, which we drew in a tour of South Korea. Korea, and we also won our little KCOM Cup as well by beating Real Madrid in the final by 3-1, which was good. And also, of course, we did play the trademark pre-season friendly before our first game against the minnows of Hull United. I think every single season now we'll be taking them on, and they'll be absolutely just devastated coming to the final whistle when they've been torn apart, and we're laughing at them as they walk down the tunnel, and they're like, all right, calm down, lad, seriously. But anyway, yeah, we had a successful pre-season anyway, and I'm excited. I'm really excited. So, you've seen the team, you've seen the transfers, and I'm very excited heading into the new season that this will be our year that we finally start bringing in silverware. And again, it's silverware or bust, man. It's silverware or bust. We haven't won anything in the series so far. It's our 8th season now. We've got to win something. So these are expectations for the year. EFL Cup is not important now to the club, which is really important because it's never important to me either. However, in the FA Cup, the ball wants to reach the semi-finals. Good luck with that. First knockout round of the Champions League once again, which again I think could happen, and also qualify for the Champions League and the Premier League as well. I did say I'd up the expectation if it was qualify for the Europa League. It was once again qualify for the Europa League. I said no, it's time for top 4 or nothing, so we've upped it to the top 4, and there you go. Lyon, by the way, are our Champions League qualifying playoff legs as well, and we'll be playing those in the next episode too, or the first one. Is it the first one? No, second one, sorry. Against Stoke and Lyon. That'll be the second game. Or is it Lyon and Reading? I agreed before I started. I can't remember. Well, I think we'll do Lyon and Reading actually. So you can do transfer deadline there as well. So, first game is Chelsea. Let's get to it. That was a really long segment as well, doing that transfer special in pre-season. But can you blame me? I mean, you know, the past 2 years, you know, the past 7 years, we haven't exactly, you know, broke the bank and brought in the most household names. Yet I still managed to fill the episodes to be about 25, 30 minutes long. Now we finally started bringing in the biggest players and the big names in European football. You can't blame me for chatting about it for the whole hour. But anyway, first game of the season is against Chelsea at home. We always seem to have a really tough opening day fixture, don't we? But it's Chelsea at home, and this is a really, really good start for us, I feel, because if we can get a win in the first game of the season, a big win as well, you know, we'll lay down our intentions for the upcoming season. So right now, one player is injured, and that's Brian Malonas. He got an injury just before the start of the new season. I think that was in the Hull United game actually. So they lost 12-0. They still injured Malonas, so moral victory. So Malonas misses today's game, unfortunately. The Canadian's out, and also Willie Kirkpatrick is suspended for this game as well as the next 2 after this one as well. The ban carried over from last season and misses the first 3 league games. That's really annoying, but sadly can't do anything about it. So we're going with a 4-2-4. Which is how we ended the last season off with, and we played really well too, won most of our games playing a 4-2-4, so we'll stick with it and hope for the best. This is the team for the game then, 4-2-4 with our normal instructions, and this is the team. Raj, our captain in goal, back 4 of Huck making his debut, Dimov, Sonogo and Farouk Balut. Kanté also making his debut, filling in the ball-winning midfielder role alongside Saidi. On the wings, Miguel and Bale also making his debut, and up top together, Donnelly and Berahino, who last season were unbelievable when playing up top together. Hopefully they'll continue that good form into the new season. On the bench, Fakari, Keane, Torre, Barkley, Olivier, Dembélé, who could also make his debut, and Rogerio as well. First game is Chelsea at home. Let's get the win. Come on, Hull City. What squad number am I giving Dembélé? He wants 7. He can't have it. Should he go 77? I don't know why. It's double 7, so he gets his preferred number twice on the back of his shirt. Let's go 77. No, that's not. That's novelty. Let's go 24. Let's go 24. That's treble 7, isn't it? 7-4. Oh no, it's not. It's 21. It's 21. Right, I'm embarrassed myself. Let's get into the game. I love that, like, really sums up my awful maths. I mean, honestly, I always embarrass myself at least once an episode when it comes down to counting. Like, how can you not know what 7 times 3 is? That's embarrassing, isn't it? What am I, a 25-year-old man in a few months' time? I don't know what 7 times 3 is. I mean, that really is ludicrous, isn't it? I mean, that really is a failure by my maths teachers. 7 times 3, and I thought it was 24. So first highlight, and it does come to Chelsea as Sonogo heads away that free kick, but straight to Leroy Sané. If they go in front 2 minutes in, I mean, I'm not going to go mental, but I will not be happy as they get down the right-hand side. Good tackle by Dimov, though, and Willie Huck making his debut. First a loose ball, launches it long, and Zuma heads on, but straight to Luis Miguel. Come on, chance here. Miguel, who was quite disappointing in his debut year for us, finds Brian, and Donnelly, top scorer of the division last year, finds Saidi through towards Saido. On the turn, through towards Dembélé. Oh, what a start! What a start under 3 minutes, and Wissam Dembélé scores his first goal for the club and fires us in front. £67 million, what an investment! £67 million, £200,000 a week and worth every single penny. Gets in behind his man, times his run to perfection and puts it past the Belgian Courtois and fires Hull into an early lead. It's our most expensive transfer by quite some distance. But I said it earlier and I'll say it again. Wissam Dembélé is going to be the main reason we start picking up silverware for the first time in the series. But chance for Chelsea to get back on double terms straight away, and they would have done so had Raj not made a fine save low down to his right to deny João Mario. Great stop there by the skipper. And another highlight directly afterwards, and once again it does seem to come to Chelsea. Felipe Anderson on the ball, finds João Mario. He will again go for goal from range, and again Raj makes a really good save to his right hand side. Another great stop by the Serbian there, still 1-0. He had quite a few poor games last season, so looking for an improvement in that regard this year. He started off well today, 2 big stops in 12 minutes. But Chelsea have started off the game looking the stronger team as Raj does well to claim that corner there. Still 1-0, and I'd like us to double our lead at some point and get a 2-goal cushion. But Chelsea looking strong, and that's not good for us. As Saidi gets onto the ball and tries to play it across towards Willie Huck, and he does, through towards Miguel. And Luis Miguel through towards Donnelly. Titi is there, and Kanté will track down a loose ball against his former club and say that's what you're missing out on now, as Dimo tries to find our left back, and he does. And Huck through towards Saidi, lovely through ball there, and Saidi crosses first time to Saido, who should have made it too. What a poor miss. God, chances galore. 16 minutes in, and I'm just realising as well, the reason why that is because I've left it on extended from the Champions League final, as Miguel could be through there and Christensen gets it clear. And Balut heads it through towards Dembélé, but another chance here. Crosses Donnelly, Berahino. Oh, yes, get in. Well, that is a key highlight. It's a goal. Brian Donnelly heads it through towards Saido, and Berahino doubles our lead as he makes up for his early miss. And once again, it was Dembélé with a lovely, show of some asset down the right, crossing the ball in. Donnelly flicks it back, and Saido fires it home. 2-0 to Hull. I'm loving Dembélé already. I knew I would. And with 2 goals to the good. Another highlight here, 33 minutes in. It is on key now, as Azpilicueta finds João Mario. What a first half this has been, as Anderson looks for his man, but it's cleared by Dimov, and now Saido onto the ball. Plays it through towards Saidi, and a great chance here on the break here. He's got Kanté with him, and Miguel as well out wide. Finds the latter, cross towards Dembélé. What a chance here for his second goal of the game. 67. Oh, it's offside. Oh, God, it was Berahino, actually, that made the goal disallowed. So it's a brilliant finish by Wissam, so I still love the guy, but it was Saido who disallowed the goal for him and stopped him from bagging a brace. Well done, Berahino. Free kick for us, though. Saidi takes it off the post. Off the post from Saidi. My word, what a first half this has been. So much going on. I mean, seriously, 2 goals up. Could have been 3 had Berahino not got in the way and interfered with play. Saidi's at the post as well. We could be 4 goals up going into the break, but it's still 2-0, and I suppose I'll take it for now, but still a little bit worried we might rue those missed chances. So second half begins. First highlight, 5 minutes after the restart. It comes to Chelsea as Verratti finds Felipe Anderson. Anderson turns to Nogo and finds the Italian, who is through, and Raj makes another really important save. In fine form today, the Serbian. Another big stop there, still 2-0. I hope we don't rue all those missed chances in the first half, because it could have been 4 goals up going into the break, and Saidi hit that free kick in and not off the post, and of course Berahino disallowing Dembélé's second goal. Still 2-0, but plenty of time to go in this game, and lots more chances, I'm sure. Like right now, as Balut tries to find Dembélé, and it's deflected towards N'Golo Kanté, who passes it through towards Saidi. First time ball cut up by Zuma, but Berahino nods it down towards Donnelly, and Brian Donnelly makes it free. And I tell you what, this season we may well be the most dangerous attack in the Premier League, and considering how dominant United were last season and the amount of goals they scored last year as well, that is saying something. Saido heads on, Donnelly with the half volley finish, weaker right foot past Courtois. It's free for Hull. We look unstoppable when going forward, absolutely unstoppable. But how's our defence as that header goes on and Chelsea scores? It's 3-1. I mean, seriously, some things never change, do they? We can't defend. We can never, ever defend. Free kick just launched into the box by Marco Verratti. It's not a nice, intricate passing goal. It's just launched the ball long, head it down, and volley it in. 3-1, Chelsea possibly back in the game. 65 minutes in, another highlight. Alex Sancho on the ball finds Marco Verratti. I still feel like Chelsea might get back into this game and find the 2 goals to equalise here as they're through once again. And again, Raj bailing us out of a really important stop. So free kick for Chelsea, played short to Felipe Anderson, who shoots deflected goal. Oh dear, it's 3-2. Oh god, how many own goals does this guy score? Seriously, I'm going to change his name after the game to Mamadou Bad Boy Sanogo. We dropped the camera shy from Donnelly's name because now he scores goals on camera. But Mamadou Bad Boy Sanogo continues to give me heart attacks every other game. It's another own goal from our vice captain. It's 3-2. If we throw away these 3 points, I'll be livid. But fortunately, as much as I don't want to jinx it, it looks as though we won't. But I've been caught out before doing this, and it was against Chelsea, funny enough, a couple opening days ago. Anderson crosses, Sanogo this time heads it clear. Please, come on, just a few seconds to go. Let's hold on. Raj, that's yours. Yes, Raj, commanding from the skipper. And that will do it. So, final score, Hull 3, Chelsea 2. We can't defend, but when going forward, we are unstoppable. So, calmly, I am going to say... I would like to say that, but normally that really annoys quite a few players. So I'll say, well done, lads. Good win for us. And most players are delighted. I was surprised Raj had a 6.8. I know he conceded 2, but nothing to do about the goals and made some good saves as well. So, yeah, good start for Dembélé as well. I thought he was fantastic. Would have bagged a brace as well had it not been for Saido interfering with play. And we get the win on the opening day just like I was after. So 3-2 the final score. A winning start for Hull City. And once again, I don't know whether we'll have enough to compete with United this season for the title, but that is my aim, not just top 4. And we've made a good start as well. And the new signings look pretty good as well, which is always important. So that will end today's episode then of the Football Manager series, guys. So a big thank you for watching. I really hope you have enjoyed it. And if you did enjoy today's episode, then please do consider leaving a like, as likes are, of course, very much appreciated, and they really help the channel out. We shall return for the second leg of our Champions League playoff game, as we always do, away in France against Lyon. So Dembélé will return to his former club for that game. Just realised that. And we'll also take on Reading as well at the Medeski Stadium, where we'll see Deulofeu as well for the first time since he left to it at Medeski. And also deadline day as well, where you never know, we might make 1 or 2 more moves, and you wouldn't rule it out in what has been so far a crazy, biggest transfer episode, series, window of the series so far. So thanks for watching, guys. Please do like and enjoy the video. Much love to you all, and I will see you for the next episode of our Football Manager series very soon. Bye.